All right, welcome back to an emergency edition of Steel and Screen, the Hogwarts edition. So we have here the 8-film collection on 4K Steelbook. However, I had no plans of opening this, but there appears to be, you hear that? A loose disc. So we have a very delicate operation here. And I might as well share the Steelbooks as well. So bear with me here. We're gonna have to figure out which one of these is the culprit. I can see how loose they are in the foam, which is probably good for removing it to view it, but not so great for shipping it. All right, first incision. Whoops. There it is. I mean, you've probably seen it before. It's a nice little collection. I like that it's complete. Like, the kids are all grown up now. They're not doing another one. Well, probably not. I know they're rebooting it now, so I don't have to worry about getting that. I mean, they already told the story. So this is your Steelbook box. This is what's on the back here, if you want to freeze that at any point. Hopefully you can, oh, I have like the worst angle. Sorry, team. And I think when I did that, yeah, it's sort of the issue. So, I mean, not really the seller's fault. Nothing they could do. I mean, these are just sort of flopping around in there. I'm sure, you know, they dotted their I's and crossed their T's or what have you. So let's take a look and see which one of these is shaking around. How does this come off here? This slides off. All right, so now we're loose. All right. Nobody breathe. Give it another look here. I got Tars inspecting me. And that's the There Will Be Blood, the Zavi Steelbook. We'll get that at some point. I don't know, maybe we'll hit some target and we'll do a special unboxing, but for now this is Harry Potter. So, the one that's moving around, I guess the only way to figure it out is to go one by one. Oh yeah, you don't want to come out. Do, 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 do. No, I won't do that. It all could have been different if Harry was a Slytherin. He could have united them all. Well, I guess he did. All right, team. Welcome back to Steel and Screen. Sorry for the break. I did have an issue with showing you all the complete film collection digital code, and I'm a generous guy, but I probably should have been a little more careful with that. Anywho, so I cut that out. While I was offline there, I did find the culprit that was shaking around, and it was this guy, the Order of the Phoenix. So ironically, where I left off on the film series. So it didn't look too scratched up. I won't show you this one yet. I've secured the discs, so we can actually just go through in order as we were doing. So again, you got the movie, 4K. Let me get this back here so you have a better view. By the way, wrist check is the Speedy. I don't know if you can see that. This is a worn and wound strap that I just affixed to a deployment class from Omega. So it's got the hole with a pin buckle for it. But it works. Anywho, so Harry Potter, take out the first, take out the Blu-ray. There we go. I know, this is the most polished Harry Potter unboxing you've seen. Not. but you can see him anyway. All right. This is the Blu-ray and 4K. Sorcerer's Stone. And that one's tight, the others are loose. Chamber of Secrets. This one has, who does it have? The teacher, the very flamboyant Keith someone. I'm like a huge Harry Potter expert. You know, there's a reason I invested so much in this box. I don't remember his name, but he was a very flamboyant teacher. It's kind of funny. He was the new dark arts teacher. They always change that up every year. It's like starting to get suspicious of the dark arts teachers. Oh yeah, that's right. They had the whole snake thing. And you could talk to snakes. That guy was creepy. Tom Riddle. Oh, what is that? A little scratch right across the spine. Come on. Didn't notice it as much on Sorcerer's Stone, but apparently got a good scratch on this one. Oh well. Such is life. It's a thing. They don't have close too well, do they? Oh, that worked. But film appears to be intact, so I can watch it. All right. Again, my favorite. I don't have too much to draw from, but yeah, I like me some Gary Oldman. There he is. Sirius Black. Like the newspaper that was glowing. Oh, we lost our cool background. There we go. Took me like 30 minutes to find that. All right. The discs. There's Harry with that big bird thing. Not Big Bird. There he is. Prisoner number. And Gary Oldman. A nice little set. I mean, every disc has something that's really memorable from the film. So you have that visceral reaction. And it's sort of, you know, it's fun to pull down a steel version of the film. That becomes the memorabilia. We used to spend so much money on movie memorabilia that wasn't the movie. This sort of, in a way, is, I don't know, a replacement, an adult version, a more refined version. You know, back in the day, if you told somebody you liked a movie, you had to prove it with memorabilia. Like, hey, I like Star Wars. I don't believe you. And then you'd point to a shelf with some Star Wars toys. And they'd be like, oh, all right. Well, this sort of does that. You know, it's the memorabilia. It costs a little bit more than just your typical, you know, plastic slipcover. But if you really like the film, you think it is worthy of this sort of presentation. I think they've really, I heard somebody call it the last sort of, the last stand of physical media in some of these Steelbooks, and I can kind of see that. But this is Goblet. This one has Batman in it too. Robert Pattinson, who's an actor I really enjoy now. I never really cared one way or another about him when he was in Twilight. Never got into that series. But I've since seen him in a few things. There's The King, actually with Tim Chalamet. So I think it was about Henry V. And basically he was the French prince. I don't know exactly what his title was, but Robert Pattinson was amazing in that movie. So it's on Netflix. I'd watch it. And Timothée Chalamet was good, but he was more, not as much was required of him. But anyway, that's Goblet. A definitely watch that one. It's about where I left off. I mean, I'll watch them all, which, that's the 4K, so I need the Blu-ray. Halfway done. Oop. Very sensitive. Yeah, they're so loose in the middle. All right, this was, again, the culprit for the loose disc. Order of the Phoenix. More like Disorder of the Phoenix, am I right? So. Oh. I don't know if you can really tell, but I don't know. Somebody's going to tell me never blow on a disc. I don't know, I guess it's all right. And then that one was popping out too, but I don't think it really dislodged enough to scratch. Oh, I should take it out so you should see the... It's always harder to get these Blu-rays out, which is good, unless they're shaking all about. There it is, whatever that thing is. Again, I have no clue what happens in this movie. Somebody's gonna write the comments, be like, this is the worst. Why did I even have to watch this? What a terrible day to have eyes and ears. No, we're all having fun here. It's important for the host to tell you you're having fun. All right, we got Half-Blood Prince. I have no idea, no earthly idea what is happening at this point in the series. Never read the books. I think Harry's losing, probably. That seems about right, don't you think? There's some bottles. Okay. Oh, another one. But that fellow wasn't shaking as much. This is unacceptable. Like, I rarely use that term, but my God. Yeah, looks all right. There's Dumbledore Light. I like the first guy, Richard Harris. Or is he Richard Harris? I don't know. I like the first Dumbledore. We are mercifully almost done, team. Don't worry. Maybe we'll find some more loose discs. Kids look grown up. This kid aged really weird. I've seen a picture of him recently. There's something with Ed Sheeran, but which is fine, like, get older, get fat. If you don't plan on acting. Or maybe if you do. What's his name does that? That's Kirsten Dunst's husband. And he's, like, still remarkable in everything. Jesse Plemons. Yeah, he like gains weight. It's like, oh, you're still awesome. So some people can just transcend it. Some people it's distracting. Like, Brendan Fraser's a good example because, I mean, the role he drew attention for was getting attention for being overweight. Granted, a lot of that was prosthetics, but see, we talk a lot more about other movies than the movie at hand when I haven't seen the film. So, there it is, Professor Snape. I liked him. Who didn't? Die Hard. Hans Gruber. And Alexander wept, for there were no more worlds to conquer. Hans Gruber. Die Hard. Is it Gruber? Sounds fake. Now that I say it out loud. Makes me think of MacGruber. All right, guys. Home stretch. How am I doing, Tars? I like this one. I like the green. I don't know if that's coming through, but I do like that. in terms of artwork. Oh, beautiful. Assuming that's... See, maybe it's my Star Wars brain. Green would be the good guy and red, but I think they switched it up. That must be Harry, and that looks like Voldemort. I don't know why they'd change it. Star Wars established green good. At least as far as lightsabers go. That's cool. What a great actor Ralph Fiennes is. He has so much range. Watch In Bruges sometime. He's hilarious. He's like the big mob boss at the end for like 10 minutes. And it's like he was a big star at that point. Multiple-time Oscar nominee. I mean, he definitely, he experiments. A little dent there. A couple scratches. Well, to be expected after such a battle. I don't know if I did this one, but I'll do it again. Cool. All right, what do we got? Blu-ray. 4K. Great film, Harry Potter. May as well just be the only Harry Potter media there is. No, I shouldn't say that. I'll probably watch the new one, and if it's good, I'll get it. I don't understand what... I think I heard something about the one of the design guys from the first set talked about a image of who's You're a Wizard, Harry, that guy, and basically said, I mean, it's the same costume we gave Hagrid, so like what's the point? Like what? And like that sums up the series. Like what's the point? I know what the point is. They own the property. They want to make money. You're not making money if you're not making movies. Isn't this interesting how this one has a scratch? These don't. You would think if it was a cut on the spine, it would go all the way across. Unless this was a Reeboks. I don't know. I can't tell such things. All I know is what I got. I don't know if we saw the bottom. There's nothing on it. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time on Steel and Screen for a planned video, not an emergency broadcast. Thank you for your patience in this matter. You will now return to your regularly scheduled broadcasting.